Due to the dramatic shift in climate and other human interventions, there are a lot more plant and animal species that are extinct than those that are alive today. This is actually a shame, especially to the scientific community, who should have given it all to study these creatures. However, due to advances in genetics and cloning, bringing these animals back from extinction seems more of a possibility than ever. Let's look at some of the top 20 animals scientists are ready to bring back. The dodo. 30 years after its discovery, the dodo became extinct. Its only known habitat was Mauritius Island, where it had been living peacefully, who knows for how long, until in the 1590s when their death showed up. The dodo had no fear of people because it had not seen humans before, so it was easy to capture and kill this creature. These birds are big and heavy, a little over 3 feet tall and weighing about 39 pounds. Luckily, the dodo may soon become unextinct, as scientists just need to collect a few DNA samples and implant them into their closest relative, the pigeon. The ground sloth. You might mistake this picture of a gigantic creature for a bear. Well, yes, it is, to be more precise, a ground sloth. These are some of the extinct animals that scientists are ready to bring back, since they were still walking about 8,000 years ago. Even better, some DNA samples have already been received from their undamaged cells. However, finding a surrogate mother for the clone baby may be difficult because their nearest modern-day relative is too small to carry a creature the size of a bear. Scientists are therefore contemplating the possibility of using an artificial womb, the woolly mammoth. Even though most of the woolly mammoths died about 10,000 years ago, a population of about 500 to 1,000 of them was still living on Rangel Island up to 4,000 years ago. This animal was about the size of an African elephant, with a shoulder height of 11 feet and weighing about 6 tons. They had a thick double-coated fur and fluffy ears that helped them survive harsh conditions. Many discovered specimens frozen in the Arctic make it possible for scientists to use their DNA and create a hybrid embryo of a woolly mammoth and an elephant that has already been nicknamed Mammophant. The Neanderthal. This is definitely the most controversial. The idea of scientists bringing back to life this species had brought about a heated debate due to the logistics. The strongest surrogate species would have to be human. In addition, Neanderthals are believed to be a subspecies of modern people, so while cloning them would be enlightening, it could also be unethical. In any case, resurrecting Neanderthals would be the easiest of them all because scientists already have its genus, and it's not a question of whether or not we can, but if we should. The woolly rhinoceros. Alongside the woolly mammoth is the woolly rhinoceros, a fluffy extinct animal that scientists want to bring back. This animal recently lived in the Arctic snows about 10,000 years ago. This furry rhino is quite famous and often makes an appearance in the French Chauvet cave. The Arctic permafrost had done a great job by preserving quite a lot of specimens, and now the woolly rhinoceros has the same chances of being resurrected as a mammoth. The Baiji River dolphin. This beloved creature went extinct in 2006 as a result of direct impact due to human activity. This is one of the animals that scientists are ready to bring back from extinction because of their recent extinction. Their DNAs are pretty much at hand, and their resurrection is a guaranteed success. Unfortunately, it's unclear whether the Baiji River dolphin will have a home to come back to if it doesn't become unextinct, because their habitats are extremely polluted. The moa. This was a huge flightless bird similar to an ostrich. The moa family has about 10 members, some not bigger than turkeys, while some reached a height of 10 feet, making it the largest bird that has ever inhabited the planet. Just 600 years ago, the history of this bird was brought to an end by aggressive hunting. Luckily enough, due to such a recent time, remnants of their feathers and eggs can still be found even today, and the moa DNA has actually been extracted from the moa eggshells. The Irish elk. Also known as the giant deer, the Irish elk is one of the animals that didn't manage to survive the Ice Age, despite its extinction about 12,000 years ago. Researchers have discovered Irish elk fossils are only 7,000 to 8,000 years old in Siberia. If this is one of the extinct animals scientists want to bring back, well, it will be a great sight to see. It was 7 feet tall just at its shoulder, and it had antlers extending up to 12 feet across. The Irish elk inhabited the north, and its preserved remains have been found in the melting permafrost. The Heath Hen. In regards to conservation, The Heath hen is one of the animals that received a lot of concentration from people. Commonly found in the northeastern US, these birds were aggressively hunted for food for the next 300 years or so. Local conservationists banned the hunting of this bird to try and preserve it, but it still went into extinction in 1932. The availability of its DNA makes it a candidate of being brought back from extinction. However, a conservation group is determined to restore the bird through genetic technology. The gastric brooding frog. Native to Eastern Australia, the gastric brooding frog is an aquatic frog whose genus consists of only 2 species, both of which went extinct in the 1980s due to chytrid fungus. They are famously known for their unique characteristic of giving birth through the mouth. After their extinction, much later in 2013, scientists began a project dubbed the Lazarus Project, named after a biblical man meaning bring back to life. They tried to clone the frog and hoped to make an embryo that would survive up to a tadpole stage. The quagga. This animal that went extinct in 1983 due to hunting is actually a subspecies of the plain zebra. The 2 species had the same DNA and shared the same genotype, though their observable characteristics are different. Scientists started a project to recreate the quagga from selected plain zebras. It had some success, and the first quagga plain zebra was born in January 2005, while the 5th generation was born in December 2013. The extinct animals scientists are bringing back are almost identical to the extinct quagga and can be released into the wild. The thylacine. This largest known carnivorous marsupial, native to Australia and New Guinea, looked more like a wolf. It became extinct on the mainland 3,000 years ago, but survived on a Tasmanian island until human hunters brought it to extinction in attempts to protect their lives in the late 20th century. In 2008, scientists at the University of Melbourne grew large embryos from a sample of DNA, and they grew normally. This experiment has given scientists the hopes of eventually restoring the thylacine from extinction. The Megalania. The Megalania were part of the megafauna assemblage that inhabited southern Australia during the Pleistocene. They had a massive 575 kilograms and measured 5.5 meters in height. It is believed that the earliest Australian Aboriginal settlers might have been a factor in the extinction of this gigantic lizard. There is a larger initiative, though, aimed at retrieving the long-gone Megalania, putting it on the list of some of the extinct animals being brought back to life. The great auk. This flightless bird became extinct in the mid-19th century. It was the only modern species in the genus Penguinus, even though there is no relationship between the two. This was the first bird to be called a penguin. The bird's down feathers were in high demand in Europe, where they were used in making pillows. Its eggs and flesh were also used for food. This largely contributed to its extinction through hunting. However, scientists are working on cloning this precious bird, backed by the use of DNA from its preserved parts. The aurochs. This is an extinct mammal considered to be an ancestor of all modern cattle, domesticated by the settlers of India and Eurasia about 10,000 years ago. Unfortunately, this historic animal species was declared extinct in the 17th century, when the last aurochs died of a disease. Scientists are planning to resurrect the species by backbreeding the primitive breeds of European cattle until they get animals similar to the aurochs. Even though the new aurochs won't be identical to the extinct one, scientists believe that the differences will be very few. The passenger pigeon. Once upon a time, the passenger pigeon was the most abundant bird species in America, with a staggering population of billions. These birds were known for their impressive migrations, flying in massive flocks across the continent. However, their abundance made them an easy target for hunters, leading to a devastating decline and eventual extinction. But in a remarkable twist, scientists are now working to bring back the passenger pigeon. Using its closest relative, the band-tailed pigeon, they're hoping to revive this iconic species. And the timeline is ambitious. They expect to have the new passenger pigeons ready by 2024 and plan to release them back into the wild by 2030. Imagine witnessing the return of this incredible bird, once thought to be lost forever. It's a testament to human determination and the power of science. The passenger pigeon's comeback story is one to watch. The Carolina parakeet. In the early 20th century, the Carolina parakeet, a vibrant and stunning bird native to North America, fell victim to human greed. Hunters sought after its breathtaking feathers to adorn expensive ladies' hats. leading to the species' extinction in 1939. But, in a remarkable effort, scientists have managed to extract DNA from preserved eggshells, paving the way for the parakeet's potential revival. However, there's a sobering concern. Even if the bird is brought back, history might repeat itself. Will we learn from the past, or will the Carolina parakeet's beauty once again lead to its downfall? The story of the Carolina parakeet serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of conservation and responsible human actions. Let's hope that if this bird is revived, we'll do better to protect it. Love this video? Give us a thumbs up and show some love in the comments below. Want to stay ahead of the curve and catch all our latest content? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a thing. But that's not all. We want to hear from you. Tell us in the comments which animal would you like us to feature next. Let us know, and we might just make a video about it. The saber-tooth tiger, a fearsome predator's potential return. Imagine a big cat, but bigger, up to 13 feet long and weighing 200 to 600 pounds. Meet the saber-tooth tiger, an extinct animal that scientists are working to bring back to life. This powerful predator had a robust neck, strong legs, and razor-sharp teeth protruding from its upper jaw. Those teeth are intimidating, aren't they? You might wonder if bringing back this fearsome creature is a good idea. The saber-tooth tiger went extinct just 11,000 years ago, and its fossils have remained remarkably well preserved due to its cool habitat. While it's fascinating to consider reviving this incredible animal, it's essential to carefully weigh the pros and cons. Are we ready for the return of this mighty predator? Meet the Siberian unicorn, Eoic marvel. Forget the mythical horse with a single horn. The real unicorn was more like a rhino. The Siberian unicorn, a fascinating creature, was recently rediscovered through fossils in Kazakhstan. And the best part? It went extinct much more recently than scientists thought, just 29,000 years ago. This incredible animal was massive, measuring 15 feet long, 6 feet tall, and weighing a staggering 9,000 pounds. While it may not have had a single horn, its distinctive features earned it the unicorn name. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll see this remarkable creature brought back to life.